Well, today's the day. We're off to get the stilts put on. We'll see where we are then, shall we? Jill and the dog's here. Right, madam, you get up there. Up, up. Good girl. So, let's see what we've got. There we go. We has light. Right. First things first. Gin. That fits there. That's nice. I'm off. I'm away. We're running. This is a first, an absolute first for me. This is the first time that I will have gone away by myself in the van. And it is only slightly scary. I'm so used to having Jill and the pup with us. Yeah, but never mind. We've got everything packed. Clothes are in, food's in, kettle's in. Most importantly, as you'll have seen, gin is in. We're all ready to go. The beauty about this satnav with the Mercedes Me is that you can use your, in my case, Apple Maps in order to find out where you want to go, and then you can send the destination to Mercedes Me and it sends it off to the van for you, so you don't have to type it in while you're in the van. It's in and it comes into I think it's called received destinations, and having got in there you can just say that's where I want to go, and Mercedes Me, the sat nav in Mercedes Me will then sort the route out according to the prevailing road conditions and traffic and stuff like that.
And continue to follow A690.
So it's going to take me down the A1 and then bring me off on the old road through Nottingley that used to go past Ferrybridge power station and what have you. The other thing, I can confirm that you can set the van's dimensions, its length, its height and its width in the Mercedes Me app and send that to the van, and that's also in there. I'll do, if I can find a way of sorting it out, I'll do a whole video on that, because that's amazing. What it's basically meaning is you don't need to buy another damn sat nav, do you? You've got the Mercedes Me one built in. This is excellent. So yes, we're now on the way down to Armitages, Ferrybridge, and we're going to get I'm exiting the roundabout, thank you madam, and we're going to get the HY4s, the stilts, the self-levelers. They're going to be fitted. I'll be staying away 2 nights by myself, on my own, on me Todd. That's the way it's going to work. I see no point at this point in time in showing you the road, because you've seen the A690 a million times. You've probably driven the A1 and A1M a million times. In fact, it's as boring as the most boring thing, and boring things show just how boring they can be. Exhibition, that's what it is. So I will see you when I get down there and we'll see what the crack is. Right, in a bit. Ta-da, cheerio.
Now turn right.
So we would appear to be here. We have landed and parked up as best as I can be. I think I'm going to connect some juice up and then we'll see where we'll go from there. that's it then. That's the coffee made in the new Slimissimo. You'll be seeing it before Jill does. What do you think of that? Oh, and that's delightful. So, if you get a one, the Slimissimo, whichever one it is, 2 lots and you're away and flying. Sorts it out. Get in. Nice. Okay, laters. Right, you lot. I've got to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to go to bed. Well, bedtime for Bobo. 7 o'clock in the morning. I shall be waking up. I'll see you all then. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Well, good morning. It's Thursday morning. It is 7:28. Good Lord. And what a rotten night. Blown a hoolie last night, and without the self-levelers on, this thing doesn't half wobble about a bit. If you've got one, does yours wobble about a bit in the wind? I don't know whether I was side onto it or what, but I did have quite a few shakes and wobbles, so I'm really looking forward to getting these self-levelers on, getting the stilts on, getting it all sorted out. I don't know whether you'll be able to see much out the window, possibly not. A bit closer. Nah, just reflections. I'm sat outside the factory, as you might expect, waiting to go in. Bed was comfortable, that was nice, no problem with that. Lights, had no problem sorting the lights out. Mind you, I might have cheated, but I don't know. Yeah, all good. So now we wait 8 o'clock to check me in. So I've got half an hour to drink my coffee, which I've just brewed. And yeah, catch up with you in a bit. That's what I can see out of the van. Better now there's no reflections for you to get. It's alright, isn't it? It's not a bad place to spend the night before you get work done. And the place is open. This is where you make the trailers.
This is where trailers are made and all the manufacturing is done.
Right.
And then through the other side is where all the fittings are.
Right. So we'll wander in that direction then. Lovely. Oh my God, look at that. Excellent. So 2 of the legs are, these 2 are on and are they complete?
Just mounted only at this stage. He's not sure whether he's got his front ramp in yet. No, that's cool.
Doesn't look like it, no.
So yeah, just managed to get those bolts, feeding the wire, mounting the control box of them. I mean, all wires, most people you'll find just have all the wires showing, but we feed it into braided. Braid it all up and make it look right, basically.
So that's the ram.
Yeah. That's your pump and your reservoir behind that.
Pump and reservoir. And then everything's...
And then all the wiring, we lag it all up, basically to keep it up, all out of the way and all together, instead of having lots of separate wires running around.
And they're all nice.
Sorry, this is a workshop for you.
Yeah. So I'm assuming because it's an Alko ram,
yeah,
the chassis is already set up to take it all.
It is on this, yeah, being the Alko chassis.
So, yeah. Oh well, that's a good reason for that'll speed things up a bit as well, of course.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes.
Although the Mercedes do take longer than the Fiats and such, but
yes.
More the front end's a bit more tricky on the Mercedes.
Yes.
A lot of people think, oh gosh, they seem a bit low, but they don't ground.
No, because that's... So there's the other side, the ram. And the pump and reservoir there, most excellent. And you can see from here, ground clearance is superb. So, Wayne, here we are, the boss man at Armitages here in Ferrybridge, which used to be on the A1 but isn't anymore, is it?
It isn't, no, they bypassed it some years ago.
Has that caused any problems with people getting here?
Early days a little bit, people got a little bit tangled in the direction to come off and things like that, but most people find us more so than local people have at the time.
That doesn't surprise me in many ways. There are a number of things that intrigue me about Armitages. Firstly being, as I did last night, staying over on site. Do many people take advantage of that?
We quite a few, yeah. Sometimes we have 3 to 4 maybe in the back on one night. Yeah.
That's because it was quite comfortable last night, and it's not a bad view out there either with the canal.
Look that way, it's quite nice.
Yes.
Behind is a bit more commercial, but it was a one night stay, you know.
Yeah, or a 2 night in my case.
Yeah.
Yes. So, given that we're getting the HY4, is it HY4 or HY4?
HY4 we call it.
HY4 levelers, stilts I call them, fit to the van. How long have you been doing those?
Well, was the first people in the country when Alko HY4 introduced it to the UK.
Yeah.
So we was the first ones to get trained up on the fitting of it, which probably about 6 to 7 years ago now.
All right.
I would say.
How many have you done roughly?
I'd have to look at my database really, but maybe anything between 10 and 12 a year. Up to press.
Which isn't bad really, is it?
Not when you look at all the other things we do.
Which is mostly tow bars and trailers. Yeah,
well, we're famous for us tow bars and the A-frame conversions, scooter carriers. We developed our own scooter carrier, which is, taken the UK by storm at the moment.
Well, I'm going to ask a very specific question here on behalf of Paul Sparrow, who is a subscriber and a mate. So Paul, this is for you. He's got a BMW GSA. What would be the best of the Armitages trailers to carry that?
There's 3 options really, depending on costs.
Yes.
So the majority of people with the GS go with our low loading transverse trailer, which has a storage box at the back as well.
Right.
The idea behind that is, with the low loader, the bike is in front of the axles, so quite a lot of weight gets generated onto the tow ball itself.
Yes.
And you've got to be careful, very mindful of nose loads, of course.
Yes.
The average nose load on a type-approved tow bar is about 100 kilos.
Yes.
Some are 120, but usually around the 100. So we tested the low loader with a 240 kilogram bike.
Right.
And that came in at about 95 kilos on the nose. So we recommend any bike over 225, put a bit of a safety margin there also. You order the one with the box, and the idea is you apply weight into the box, which is then going to pull weight off the ball to make sure that you're not overloading your tow bar, etc.
Shove your leathers and your lid in the box, and if you're the size I am, your leathers weigh 15.5 stone.
I mean, we do have, so it depends on the GS bike. Some can be like 260 to creeping up to 280 in some cases.
Mine's 278.
Yeah, so with something like that, the maximum payload we say is 280.
Right.
So you're right there on that. But you would need about 60 kilos in the box to counterbalance and bring that weight down.
Oh, I'll put Jill in the back then.
Be a bit more than helmets and gear, basically.
So that's transverse. Is there an inline?
We don't do an inline one, to be honest. We just no, because there you can buy them ready-made, mass-produced.
Yes.
And what we do is specialist.
Right.
When I first set out 34 years ago, I would be manufacturing all types of trailers, down to big commercial selling outlet trailers, exhibition units, you name it. But it's a struggle as to compete with mass production in trailers. So I took it down a few years ago that I was going to stop manufacturing trailers, to be truthful. Hence why I've had a bit. I was always known as Armitages trailers. I've sort of got rid of the trailer side of it, although still do a few. So I'm concentrating on the name Armitages more so these days and being more motorhome focused.
Yes.
But the transverse trailers obviously run in line with that side of the business.
And that brings us down to the A-frames. You must do hundreds of those.
Approximately, give and take, 280, 300 per year every year for the last 30 years.
Well, that's not bad, is it? So the chances are, if you see somebody towing a car, there's a good chance it's going to be an Armitage as well.
Yeah, there's a good few of us in the country, the main ones, but yeah, we can do majority of vehicles. In fact, I think I've not been beaten to date yet in 30 odd years.
Right.
Whereas a lot of my competitors can't do what we do.
Right.
Mainly because we've got big experience in the engineering, and we actually manufacture things ourselves.
Yes. So if somebody was thinking of buying a vehicle to tow, would it be worthwhile them giving you a ring to find out whether or not the vehicle they're looking at is suitable to be towed?
Oh, 100%. I would strongly advise it.
Yes.
You've got to be careful with automatic transmissions, of course.
Tell me
4x4s.
Yes.
So there's a lot of little things you need to be careful of. Some of the new lighting technology on some of the German cars is we managed to beat a lot of them on wiring, using voltage droppers, diodes and things like that with the complex electrics to get the rear lights to power.
Are we talking CAN bus here?
We certainly are, I'm afraid.
I love CAN bus. He lied through his teeth.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
why the hell it was invented, I don't know. What's wrong with the switch?
Yeah.
Quite. So,
but we can usually get over that, and a lot of people just stick lighting boards on, which strictly you shouldn't be doing as such. But
so roughly then, how long would it take for you to I don't know, a generic motorhome to have a tow bar and the car sorted out? How long would it take you to do? Is that going to be a day's work or two?
Majority of the time, it depends on the vehicle selected, of course, and what type it is, whether it's a popular car or not. But majority of the times, a tow bar can range from 2 hours up to 6 to 7 hours, depending on chassis extensions, reinforcements and things like that. Majority of popular cars, we have the range of Ago, C1, 107, smart cars. Most of the mini cars are done in about 4 hours. Fiat 500 is the most popular car we convert.
Yeah.
Some take 7 or 8, but then you get the heavier vehicles, Fiestas, Minis, oddballs, 208 that we've got in there now at the moment. They tend to take a day and a half to 2 days to convert.
Right, so that's an overnighter, which brings us back to where we started, with the ability to overnight on site.
Exactly.
Which I think is amazing. I just want to say, while I've got you in front of me and face to face, that I have been inordinately impressed with the level of service that we've had with you. Tom and Matt both deserve big pats on the back and at least a glass of gin, which they'll get if they come across later on, because they've made this journey painless, totally painless, even when there's been delays out with any of our abilities to handle it. And I need to tell you that face to face.
Well, I strongly appreciate that comment and that feedback.
No problem.
Make sure my staff are doing the jobs.
Well,
how I see it anyway.
They certainly are. They certainly are.
Thank you very much for that.
Wayne, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing what it all looks like when it's finished, because I'm excited as hell. Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Well, cheers.
Take care. Thank you.
Morning all. Friday morning, and the van gets finished today. I'll just show you something. That's what it all looks like down there. Didn't get finished yesterday, obviously. So there's wiring up and stuff to do, but it's all good, it'll be fine. So yes, it's now, what is it, 7:37, so in about 10 minutes I'll be handing the keys over and then going and finding somewhere to sit and wait until it's done. See you then. Tra. That's where you would park up, and this is Matt coming walking in our direction, having just checked this Rapido in. So yes, it's all good. Not a bad place.
So, just inside here is your remote.
Right.
So, to activate it, just turn it on. If you've got all green, that means all the rams are up.
Right.
To self-level, before you do it, make sure everywhere's clear. And then simple, just press that down button. So when the orange lights are flashing, that corresponds to each ram that's going down.
Right.
So all that's doing now, that's just lowering
the rams.
Yeah, lowering all 4 rams.
One of the reasons I'm videoing this is so that Jill can watch it, so she knows how to do it as well. Oh, it's quiet.
It's one of the quieter ones.
Well, you can say that again with the E&P. It was really noisy.
Oh yeah, the E&P is. And the I don't know if you've seen the electric Tesla one.
No.
They're quite loud, but that's the cheapest one on the market, really.
Oh, front ones are down. No, left one isn't.
Yeah, it'll keep doing it until it's level.
Oh, we've got movement.
Yeah. Right, so once you've got your green in the middle, that's level.
Right.
So if you want to have a quick look underneath, you're about to see them all down now. So most of the time it's the front ones that need to come down more. Most motorhomes are lower on the front, especially the Mercedes.
Yes.
So as you can see, they're all down now.
They are as well.
So then, so all you do then is just simply turn the system off then, and that's it. Then you can put that back up into your holder. So if the system's on and you go to drive off, as soon as you put the ignition on, this will start flashing and beeping at you, so you know that the system's active.
Right.
All it'll do is it'll flash red. You just turn it on and off, and that's it basically. So then you've got your bed function, which from the setting point of view, we just drop the nose 5 degrees.
Right.
That's all it is for some. We don't know why. That's what Alko say. That's how you have to sleep.
Right.
My bed's not 5 degrees down up front, but you don't know.
No, neither is mine.
And then same with this function, it's not as bad because your drain is in the middle, isn't it, for your water? So all I've done with that is you press your water function, and it's just same, because it's whenever you're level, that's where your drain's going to be.
Yeah.
Normally, if the drain's say on this side, we'll set it so the van leans over.
Yes.
But with yours, it's not too much of an issue because you've got, like I say, you've got your thing. So then when you want to raise it back up, it's just a matter of pressing the up one, and that'll raise it all up. Same again, you get your orange beeps to your orange flashes until that just shows you everyone's up.
Yeah.
And all that'll do now is that'll go green until when they're all back up again, then you're safe to drive away. That's it then. That's yeah. So then you've got your orange symbol to say that you're up, and then all green to say you're safe to drive away.
Right.
So with this one, you've got the weighing module, haven't you? So you can tell you what weight you are. So that's basically your instruction for the system. This is just for your weighing function. I'll show you on my phone because it's probably easier. But that tells you which app to download, and it'll talk you how to connect everything up. So that's how it comes up. Just turn my brightness up a bit. So then 2-link connection, accept the safety. Obviously I've already put your password in ready on my app anyway.
Right.
So no, you don't want to set a personal password. So then basically you've got your HY4, which is virtually the same as your remote.
Right.
But obviously on the app you've got the weighing function. So if you just press weigh now, it tells you to check around your surroundings, and then that's just extending the cylinders.
It's going to be interesting to see what this actually weighs.
Well, I know what it weighs because I've already weighed it.
But I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Have you got much in?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. So it tells you there what you've got on your rear axle and what you've got on your front axle.
Yes.
And then it tells you your overall. So it'll lift the van up, but it'll do it to the point where all the wheels are off the floor.
Right.
So if we can step back a bit so we can see, which people like, because if you get a flat tyre, you can just raise it up and
Change the wheel.
change your wheel. Yeah, it helps in a lot of ways.
Oh, I bet.
So it's lifting her up now. It impresses me every time I fit one. I think they're a bloody good kit. But what you'll get sometimes, David, is on your back, on the backs you'll get a bit of creaking.
Yes.
All that is because the handbrake's on. It's just moving the disc around. It's
Right.
nothing to worry about. So once it's lifted them, you get this screen which is asking you if the wheels are off the floor. So we have to have a quick scout round, make sure. I think the front needs to go up a bit more. Oh no, the backs are all right. So that front one's a bit low. I think that's right. So all you do is you just tick each one to say which one's off the floor, and then so it's that one that needs to. So the backs are off, and then click continue. And what it'll do, it'll let you manually just raise it up that bit further.
Oh, that's better.
And then you just click continue and then select them all again to say they're all off the floor. So that's doing now, that's weighing it. So obviously now it's got the full weight of the van off the floor.
Taking its time, but you don't do this every day, do you?
No. Say like that with my caravan, when I know I've got everything in, then you tend to know it's the same weight every time, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, so then that's it. So it's done its job. It'll lower it back down, and then it'll just calculate your weight for you. So that's doing now. That's raising the rams back up, yeah. And then it'll calculate. Once it's gotten back in position, then it'll do the weight then.
Yeah.
Because it takes into account the van's weight and the system's weight at the same time, you see. Which for what they are, they're not really that heavy, the system complete.
No.
Weighing complete, so then you've got 3849.
3849 kilos.
So that's not bad, is it? To say, and then you've got, so your maximum is 4,500.
So my payload, I've got 650 kilos I can put in now.
Plenty of beer.
Plenty of gin.
Oh, gin is it? So now when you've done what you need to do, just make sure you disconnect from it properly, because otherwise it throws the system off inside.
Right.
And then you just get a thing to say you've disconnected, and that's it.
That's it. Job done. Lovely.
It's just a matter of turning the system back off and then putting it back onto the holder.
Excellent.
Which is just on the inside here.
Yes.
I try and get them in places where they're easily accessible to the door, so if you don't want to use your app, you can still see underneath.
Yes.
Your seat back. Alright, job done.
Excellent. Thank you.